Hello, and welcome to this Steven Universe screenshot redraw, where I'll be drawing a screenshot of Rose from Steven Universe in my own style. This drawing took me about 1 hour and 15 minutes to complete. I haven't really had the time or patience to draw anything properly recently, so I kind of seem to just rush through the drawings. That's also why this drawing isn't all that polished. It's very quickly made, and I just quickly sketch in the sketch and then block in the colors without much thought. Drawing screenshots from stylized animated shows or doing draw this in your style challenges seems to be, in my opinion at least, the best way to get out of art block. But if I don't know what to draw, or I'm just not feeling it, or I'm tired, then these are like my go-to things to draw. I decided on drawing Rose from Steven Universe, not because I like her as a character, but because I love her character design. I think she is gorgeous and she's so cute, and I love her pink hair, and also Steven Universe is just a really pretty show, and there's a lot of very redrawable moments like this one. Steven Universe also just has this really distinct style and very stylized characters, which make it a lot more fun to draw them in your style. So the first thing that I start with in the process is doing the sketch. This is also the most time-consuming part of the process because I'm trying to figure out what I can stylize and how to make it into my own style. So I struggled a little bit with the face, mostly the eyes and also the nose in this, and I go a lot back and forth with that. The video that you're seeing on screen is in double speed, so this is double as fast as I'm actually drawing. But because I didn't want the video to be 30 minutes long, I cut out some slow parts and parts where I went a lot back and forth. So just know that I went a lot more back and forth in the face than you see in the video. Right now you're seeing a close-up of the face. I struggled mostly with the nose because the nose in the Steven Universe style is very like upturned in a way, and she has very like long nostrils, and I did not know how to recreate that in my style. So I just ended up giving her a normal nose, or like a nose that I normally would draw. Which is a little sad, but I just could not get it right. And here I'm drawing the line art. There's pretty minimal line art in this drawing because I had planned on making it completely lineless, except for the face. But then later on I go in with lines anyway. Also, don't worry if you think it looks bad right now, I do fix the eyes and the nose later. Here I start coloring in the face. I just color picked the reference and then colored it in right away. Then I decided to actually color in the blue parts right away, which I end up regretting and changing later because it was just too much work, and I decided to go with like a multiply layer later on. Here I color in her blush, which is orange. I thought it would be a little bit too much if her lips and her hair was pink and her blush would also be pink. So I started with this orangey color, and then I also give her some pinks as well, but it's mostly orange. And here I start coloring in her lips. First I started with like the same color that I used for the blush, but then I decided to color pick from the picture and use the same color as her hair. But then I took that away because I didn't like it and just started on my hair to avoid my problems. Then when I finish on the hair, I decide to give the lips another go, and I start again with the same color as the hair, and this time I liked it a bit better, and then I added a little bit of the orangey blush tones as well. Then I go ahead and add some more blush into the face to make it more lively, and some shadows, and here I start on the nose, and this is sort of where things start to go downhill. I shade the nose like I usually do, like this, and then I make a line upwards because the character in the picture has that line. But I feel like that line makes the nose look more downturned in a way, which is sort of the opposite of what her nose is. But I go ahead and add the highlights to the nose anyway, and then just start working on other things such as the eyes and the rest of the body before I fix it later on. Here I'm just quickly blacking out the color for the body. So it's the same color as the base tone that I used for the face, and then I just add that over the whole thing. After I finish with the base tone, I can start shading, and I start with under the neck and then just sort of fix the face a little bit, fix the shape with the darker tone, and then I work on the mouth. Oh, and the nose is fixed. Yeah, I apparently forgot to record that, but I fixed her nose. So now it's a bit more buttony than her real nose is in the show, but I thought it was better than the nose that I had. Then I just color in the rest of her hair before I start shading the rest of the body. After I shaded the body a little bit, I decided that I did not want a lineless style anymore for this piece because I was just too lazy and it would take a lot more shading and I was not feeling it that particular day. So I decided on just making really quick, sketchy line art. So it's a pretty bad line art really, but it was the only way for me to finish the piece because I was just not feeling it anymore. After I finished the ugly and rough line art, I could start on the eyes. Oh, and at this point I'd also fixed her eye shape, so if she looks a lot cuter, that is the reason. There was also a part that I just forgot to hit record when I did, but I think it fixed her up a lot and she looks a lot cuter. I took away the bottom eyelashes and made them a bit rounder and a bit more even because they were a little bit too messy before. And here I am shading the hair, and I try to keep in mind that the light is coming from below her and like lighting up her face and parts of her hair. Here I start adding in some of the highlights with a lighter pink and then later with a white. And after I finish with the highlights, I start going even deeper in with the shadows. The hair definitely took a big chunk of time because there's a lot of it. I also cut a lot of the parts out where I am drawing in the hair because it just took so much time and it would be so boring to watch. Here I'm coloring in her dress finally, and then I just make a quick background color before I make a multiply layer and put the shadows in. And then I decided to just erase the parts where the light is hitting, so I use the selection tool and just mark the parts that I want to be lighter, and then I just erase them straight up. The one problem with this technique is that it's going to be a very sharp line between the light and dark, which sometimes works, but I decided on making it softer with the smudge tool and the round brush later on in the process. Here I just add in some of the shadows that we lost along the way. And here I add some of the highlights. Then I go and shade the eyes a little bit and give her white pupils. And that's pretty much it for the eyes. I didn't do much more. And then here's the background. where I just put some more purpley colors and a few white lines and some stars. Here I've taken the reference photo away and I'm just adding in the final details before finishing the piece, and here is the finished drawing. It's a little messier than I would normally draw, but I still quite like it, and it was really fun to play with shadow and light. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you again next week. Goodbye!